My name is Dr. J.S. Chauhan. I am the course director at Samasti. Samasti is Sehgal Minimal Access Surgery Training Institute. This is the academic and the training wing of the Sehgal Nia Hospital. And at Samasti, we are giving training in laparoscopy, histoscopy, and endoscopy. So, in continuation of my talk on sterilization, so the next topic that I'll be covering with you is the autoclaving or the steam sterilization, and also I'll be using the gas sterilization where we use the ethylene oxide gas. So first I'll be discussing with you about the autoclaving. But before I go on to the autoclaving, I just want to share it with you that in autoclaving, we are using the water and we are using the steam or the vapor pressure of the water. Okay. So most of you know that, the boiling temperature of the water at the sea level is 100 degrees centigrade. The other property, of the water is that, when you go to a height, okay, and, when you go at a height, the boiling temperature of the water decreases. Why? Because the atmospheric pressure, at a height also decreases. But reverse is also true. If you will increase the atmospheric pressure, the boiling temperature of the water will also increase. We do autoclaving by increasing, the pressure, at which the water boils. 1 atmospheric pressure above the normal atmospheric pressure, okay? The normal atmospheric pressure is 760 millimeter of the mercury at the sea level. So that at 1 atmospheric pressure, the boiling temperature of the water goes up to the 121 degrees centigrade. Okay, and similarly at 2 atmospheric pressure, the boiling temperature of the water goes to the 134 degrees centigrade. So let me explain to you in details further, okay? So by definition, autoclaving is a pressurized device, okay? And it is designed to heat aqueous solution. So aqueous solution here is a water above their boiling point, okay? So the boiling point of water is 100 degree to achieve sterilization. So this is what we have discussed so far, okay? So the autoclaving is a preferred method of sterilization, unless the material to be sterilized can be damaged by heat or moisture. So at 15 pounds atmospheric pressure, which is the normal atmospheric pressure, the boiling temperature of the water goes up to 121 degrees centigrade. And then, the holding time of the instruments at 1 atmospheric pressure is 15 minutes. So, over instruments, okay, and over linen, the drapes and everything, it can get sterilized, within 15 minutes. At 20 pounds, okay, the boiling temperature of the instrument goes up to 126 degrees centigrade. Okay. So at 126 degrees centigrade, okay, the holding time is 10 minutes. Okay. Similarly, at 2 atmospheric pressure or at 30 pounds, okay, the boiling temperature of the water goes up to 134 degrees centigrades. And then, this is the holding time, at this pressure is only 3 minutes. Okay. So as the boiling temperature of the water, goes up, the holding time keeps on decreasing. At a very high temperature of 30 pounds, this much heat, may corrode, some of the metals, and for that reason only, if you buy instrument of a very high quality steel, okay, so then they can withstand a very high pressure, okay. So in laparoscopic surgery, some of the trocars and the cannulas that we use, ideally if we are autoclaving them, so they should be autoclaved only at a pressure of 20 pounds, okay. And they should not be autoclaved at a very high pressure, and preferably they can also be autoclaved, at a 1 atmospheric pressure where the boiling temperature goes only up to 121 degrees centigrade, okay. So this is a diagram of an autoclave, okay, where we use the steam pressure. Okay, here, one thing is very important, that we have to ensure that all the entrapped air is removed from the autoclave before activation. So normally what we do is, then there are, the steam outlets are there. So whenever we start autoclaving, we wait till the time, all the entrapped air is moved and we are only getting the steam, from the steam outlet. Okay. And only when, whole of the atmospheric air is removed, that we, close the steam outlet. And only after closing the steam outlet, the pressure, the steam pressure increases inside the autoclave. Okay. And then when we reach up to the desired pressure, then we count the time. First, we have to remove all the entrapped air, because the entrapped air is a very poor medium to achieve sterilization. So only, the steam which is of a very high temperature at 121 degrees centigrade or 126 or 134, only it can, kill all the microorganisms in all their forms. Okay. So what are the considerations while we are doing the autoclaving? First and the foremost is that ensure the complete air removal for temperature to reach 121 degrees centigrade. So we have to completely evacuate, the air from inside the autoclave, and ensure the loose packing in the chamber. The chamber should not be very tightly packed. What it means is that the load that we are going to autoclave, it should not be a big load and it should not be very tightly packed. Okay. And tightly sealed materials may become dangerously pressurized, causing injury when removed. This is another precaution, that they should not be tightly sealed. Okay, so they should be loosely covered, in a towels or any drape sheets. Okay, and it should not be very tightly covered. Okay, or sealed. And so this autoclaving, can be used for disposable syringes, which are made up of the glass. Okay, the glassware, the metal instruments. Okay, the surgical dressings, the surgical instruments. Okay, and they can also be used, for the linen and the drapes and the gowns. Okay, whatever is used by the surgeons. And it is also used for laboratory equipment, culture media, and the pharmaceutical products. Okay, so what are the advantages of autoclaving? That this is economical, because there is no recurrent cost is there. Okay, only thing that you have to use is a clean, nice water. Should not be using a hard water. And then there is a good penetration because of the steam pressure. Okay, and at a higher temperature there is a shorter cycle time, like for 134 degrees centigrade the cycle time is only 3 minutes. Okay, and it's easily monitored. Okay, so we can check the pressure that we are reaching. Okay, then we can check also the time for which we have to keep it. And then, we can use the indicators, okay, which will tell us whether the, the desired time and temperature was reached or not. Okay, and then no exhaust is required, as is required by the ethylene oxide. So autoclaving is a preferred method. Okay, and it's a good method of sterilization. Then the other method of sterilization uses the ethylene oxide, okay, or the ETO. Okay, so ETO, this is a gas, okay, and ethylene oxide is a gas, and it's a very toxic gas. And here the sterilization is carried out, the temperature of the ethylene oxide chamber is 30 degrees centigrade to 60 degrees centigrade. With a relative humidity of 30% and a gas concentration of 200 to 800 milligram per liter. And it typically lasts for the 3 hours. Okay, so the contact time is 3 hours. So just to explain to you that, how the ethylene oxide sterilization is done. First and foremost, I must tell you here that ethylene oxide sterilization is the most commonly used, method for sterilization of all the disposable products. Whatever disposable product, the syringes, the IV cannulas, the IV sets, the suction drains, the tubes, okay, and all the suture material, okay, and so most of the disposable items, the Ryals tube, okay, any disposable material you can think of, it is, sterilized by the ethylene oxide. So ethylene oxide, is a very preferred method, for sterilization, whenever you are sterilizing, any articles or objects in a bulk. Okay. Normally, how the ethylene oxide sterilization is done. What we do is that, the hospital where I work, so there we also had a ethylene oxide sterilization. So this chamber was almost of a size of a 10 by 10 feet room. Okay, so this big chamber was there, and what used to be done was that at the end of the day, the whole load of the hospital, all the instruments, all the linen, all the dressings, whatever had to be sterilized, will be kept in this ethylene oxide chamber. Okay. And then, we have to create a vacuum. We have to remove, so we have to, tightly close. We have to do the airtight closure of this chamber. And then we have to remove, all the air from inside this chamber, okay. And for that, we have to use the pumps. Okay, so this process may take up to, 1.5 to 2 hours. And after removing all the air, so this chamber has to be filled up, okay, with the ethylene oxide gas. Okay, and the concentration of the ethylene oxide gas per liter should be 200 to 800 milligram. Okay, so then this filling up of the ethylene oxide may take another maybe 1.5 to 2 hours. And then we have to leave this gas, at least for 3 hours to, sterilize the load. Okay, and after the 3 hours, we have to again evacuate, all the ethylene oxide, from this chamber. And after evacuating all the ethylene oxide, again, before opening that chamber, we have to fill up that chamber with the, the clean filtered air. Okay. So that may take another 2 hours. So all in all, you will realize that, one cycle of a big ethylene oxide chamber, may last up to maybe 10 to 12 hours. Okay. So, in a big hospitals, most of the hospital load is sterilized, by the ethylene oxide. But then you also have a tabletop ethylene oxide chambers. Okay. So with the chamber is very small. So all these steps, they will take much less time. But even then also, one cycle, it may last for maybe, maybe 4 to 5 hours or maybe 5 to 6 hours depending upon the size. But then ethylene oxide is a very good method of sterilization. So what are the advantages and disadvantages? So advantages of ethylene oxide sterilization is that it operates effectively at low temperatures. The temperature doesn't go very high. That is why, all the plastics can be sterilized by the ethylene oxide. All the disposables, okay, all the suture materials, all the syringes, everything can be sterilized, by the ethylene oxide. The temperature range is only between 30 to 60 degrees centigrade. And the gas which we use, ethylene oxide, is extremely penetrative. But at the same time, this is also, very, very toxic gas also. That is why we have to take all the precautions of, making all the chambers airtight so that no gas leaks and does not causes, any health hazard to the people who are doing the sterilization. And this sterilization, ethylene oxide sterilization, can also be used for sensitive equipments, okay, like the telescopes and other, the cables, the light source cables and the monopolar cables and the bipolar cables that we use, okay. The disadvantages, I already told you that, it is very toxic gas, this is potentially mutagenic and this is carcinogenic also. And then another disadvantage is that we have to create a special chambers, Okay, so where we can do the aeration. Aeration means that we can create the vacuum inside, we can remove all the air, then fill up the chamber, with the ethylene oxide gas. And after 3 hours, again we have to remove the air, okay, remove the ethylene oxide and fill it up, with the fresh filtered air. Thank you very much for watching this presentation.